Wait, hold on.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. The Sheikh will be here in 10 minutes. So just please bear with us, please, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Just bear with us. The Ustadh and the Sheikh are joining very soon, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Could you just disable your video and also your voice, please? And apologies for the previous disruption. Assalamu alaikum, Ustadh Jamal. Are you there? Assalamu alaikum, Ustadh Jamal. Can you hear me?
Assalamu warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Yes, I can hear you loud and clear. Can you hear me and see me?
Yes, alhamdulillah, I can see you.
Okay, Jayyid. I cannot see myself, so long as you can see me, that is good. Alhamdulillah.
Yes, alhamdulillah. How are you doing?
Ahlan wa sahlan wa marhaban. Alhamdulillah, I'm very good. I'm well, barakallahu feek. How are you? You must be Hamza, right?
Osman.
Osman.
Yes, Hamza is our president.
Ah, mashallah.
How are you doing in Turkey?
Alhamdulillah, we're doing very well. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. How are you enjoying the experience over there? I'm sure the weather and everything like that is much better.
The weather is very good. Alhamdulillah. Very, very good. Alhamdulillah. It's a very beautiful country with beautiful people. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
Barakallahu feek.
We're blessed, alhamdulillah, to be able to have access to your sheikh today. We were very lucky to grab this opportunity.
Alhamdulillah.
So Jazakallah khair for organizing this.
Ameen. Ask Allah to accept it and bless the gathering and allow us to do much more with you all, inshallah ta'ala, wherever we may be in the world. I don't know if you told the brothers and sisters who are tuning in or not, but the Sheikh is just in the other room. We are going to begin shortly. He's just finishing off something else. He had another schedule, so he's just finishing it off. But he will join us very soon, inshallah.
Okay, no problem, inshallah. Until then, we can just wait here for him.
Inshallah. طيب, I have a young man with me here.
Yes.
Can you see him?
MashaAllah.
I'm not really. This brother is 14. He's 14 years old and he is a hafiz of the Quran, and he has memorized texts and works in the modes of recitation of the Quran. Part of our visit here, it was meeting him and the likes of him. He is the son of a well-known Qari, a Somali Qari, Sheikh Hassan al-Wajidi. So whilst Sheikh Abdul Rashid is going to join us, inshallah ta'ala, we will get him to read some verses of poetry. And then inshallah ta'ala, I will comment on what he said, just as a taster before we get to the Sheikh, inshallah ta'ala. So we will begin with him, inshallah.
Okay, inshallah.
قال الإمام الشاطبي رحمه الله.
قال الإمام الشاطبي رحمه الله وإن كتاب الله أوثق شافع وأغنى غناء واهبا متفضلا وخير جليس لا يمل حديثه وترداده يزداد فيه تجملا وحيث الفتى يرتاع في ظلماته من القبر يلقاه سنا متهللا هنالك يهنيه مقيلا وروضة ومن أجله في ذروة العز يجتلى يناشد في إرضائه لحبيبه وأكثر به سؤلا إليه موصلا فيا أيها القاري به متمسكا مجلا له في كل حال مبجلا هنيئا مريئا والداك عليهما ملابس أنوار من التاج والحلا فما ظنكم بالنجل عند جزائه أولئك أهل الله وصفة الملا أولو البر والإحسان والصبر والتقى حلاهم بها جاء القرآن مفصلا عليك بها ما عشت فيها منافسا وبع نفسك الدنيا بأنفاسها العلا جزى الله بالخيرات عنا أئمة لنا نقل القرآن عذبا وسلسلا.
طيب, you guys all heard that? You heard it?
Yes, we heard it.
Okay, بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. اللهم لا سهل إلا ما جعلته سهلا وأنت تجعل الحزن إذا شئت سهلا. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي وبعد. So our
I think that Ustadh is frozen, unless that's just me.
brother, his name is Fawaz. He recited lines of poetry from حرز الأماني ووجه التهاني في القراءات السبع by Imam al-Shatibi, 1,173 lines of poetry, and it discusses the 7 modes of recitation, and they are نافع وابن and al-Kisai. And he read the Muqaddimah, the introduction of this kitab. He speaks about the qualities and the attributes of the person of the Quran. And our brother, he began by saying, وَإِنَّ كِتَابَ اللَّهِ أَوْثَقُ شَافِعًا. Indeed, the book of Allah, the kitab of Allah, is the most trusted intercessor. As we know, Yawm al-Qiyamah, there will be many things that will intercede. There will be many people who will intercede. Also, the Anbiya of Allah Jalla wa Ala will intercede. And the greatest intercession will be for the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. But the Quran, he's saying it is the greatest and the most trusted intercessor. If it intercedes for you, then you will be saved. You will reach salvation with the permission of Allah Azza wa Jalla. وَإِنَّ كِتَابَ اللَّهِ أَوْثَقُ شَافِعٍ وَأَغْنَى غَنَاءٍ وَاهِبًا مُتَفَضِّلًا. And the Quran is something that continues to bless the person of the Quran. And the Quran bestows upon him much blessings. And if one were to get blessings from elsewhere, he will not find the same amount or a greater amount of blessings than the blessings of the Quran. Then he said, وَخَيْرُ جَلِيسٍ لَا يُمَلُّ حَدِيثُهُ. He said that the greatest companion to sit with is the Quran. لا يمل حديث. The speech of the Quran never is one that a person becomes bored with. So he said that the Quran is the greatest sitting companion. One that sits with the Quran never feels bored because the Quran continuously speaks to its companion. And as we know, the people of the past, they used to refer to the Quran when reciting it as Allah speaking to you. They would say, if you want to speak with Allah, then recite the Quran. And if you want to speak to Allah, then perform the prayer. So the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is speaking with you through it. So the Quran doesn't contain anything that makes one feel bored when they dedicate time towards it. Anything else that you dedicate time towards, you become bored and fatigued and tired. And you will not want to continue it for much longer, except for the Kitab of Allah Azza wa Jalla, the Quran al-Kareem. The one who dedicates time to it and the one who gives great effort towards the Quran, then this person, he always remains in a state of nourishment when it comes to his soul and when it comes to his heart and when it comes to his mind. Then the Imam rahimahullah ta'ala, he said, وَخَيْرُ جَلِيسِ اللَّهِ يُحَلُّ حَدِيثُهُ وَتَرْدَادُهُ يَزْدَادُ فِيهِ تَجَمُّلًا. And the repetition of the Quran, continuously reading it again and again and again, it increases for the Qari beauty. And it increases for the speech of Allah beauty. When you read the Quran 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, you will think that this is something that the more you read it, then the more you will feel tired. So he's just strengthening what he mentioned previously, and he's saying that just reading the Kitab of Allah, merely reading it is tilawah. And Allah Azza wa Jalla, he says, قُلْ لَوْ شَاءَ اللَّهُ مَا تَلَوْتُهُ عَلَيْكُمْ وَلَا أَدْرَاكُمْ بِهِ. قُلْ, and say to them, لَوْ شَاءَ اللَّهُ, if Allah willed, مَا تَلَوْتُهُ عَلَيْكُمْ, I would have never recited the Kitab of Allah upon you. And if Allah made the Prophet ﷺ not read the Quran upon us, then we will never receive guidance. So simply reading the Quran, there's guidance in that, let alone understanding it, and let alone then acting upon the Quran and implementing it. وَخَيْرُ جَلِيسِ اللَّهِ يُمَلُّ حَدِيثُهُ وَتَرْدَادُهُ يَزْدَادُ فِيهِ تَجَمُّلًا. All of these things are pertaining to the dunya. Then the Imam rahimahullah ta'ala, he spoke about the akhirah, and he said, وَحَيْثُ الْفَتَى يَرْتَاعُ فِي ظُلُمَاتِهِ مِنَ الْقَبْرِ يَلْقَاهُ سَنًا مُتَهَلِّلًا. When the person of the Quran, he is laid in his grave, and he is placed in his grave, and he is very frightened, and he is scared, because it is dark, and he is left all alone, then the Quran will visit him and meet him in his grave, and the Quran will come as a light, and the Quran will tell him to remain in his grave and take a nap, rest and sleep until Yawm al-Qiyamah is established. And the Quran will make his grave rawdatan min riyad al-Jannah, a garden from the gardens of paradise. All of these things are specific for the person of the Quran. And then he'll be resurrected on the Day of Judgment. Every single person will be resurrected hufatan, uratan, ghurla, with no clothes and no shoes. And they will be uncircumcised. But the people of the Quran, and Imam al-Shatibi, he said, they will be given manabisu anwari. They will be given clothes that are made out of light, to indicate to you, O person who is learning the Quran, that clothing made of light is not found in this world. It is something that is found in the afterlife. In this world, clothing is made out of cotton, it's made out of wool, and it's made out of polyester. Clothing made out of light is not found in this world. So the Imam is saying this clothing will be given to you, and a crown that is brighter than the sun will be given to you. Not only you, but your parents as well. Your parents will be summoned and they will be called forth. All of these things are gifts and prizes and grants, rewards that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has prepared for the person of the Quran. So the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said that the people of the Quran, when they will be given this reward, they will understand. But the parents, they will say, "Bima kusina hada?" Why have we been given this clothing? And it will be said to them, بِأَخْذِ وَلَدِكُمَا الْقُرْآنِ, because your child took the Quran and applied it. Oh parents, we are rewarding you now in this way. What a great and lofty reward that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has prepared for our parents. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to reward our parents like that. We testify in this gathering that we love them for the sake of Allah. And we love them for nurturing us and raising us upon Islam. And we love them for all the sacrifices they have made for us. And we know verily that whatever we do for them, we will not be able to repay them for anything that they have done. But the thing that we can do in order to repay them and to distinguish them from all of the other parents on the day that matters the most is to learn the Quran and apply it in this world. To be from these people, to be from the Safwa, to be from the people who are closest to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, just for us to understand this more clearly, he said, Inna lillahi ahlina min al-nas. Indeed, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has a special group of people amongst all of mankind. So the Sahaba, they didn't understand. And they said, O Messenger of Allah, man hum? Who are they? And the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he said, Ahlul Quran. They are the people of the Quran. Hum, they are Ahlullahi wa khasatuhu. They are the people of Allah. Not only that, they are those who are closest to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And they are the most special people. And Imam Shatibi, he mentioned also that on the day of judgment, when the people will be resurrected, then the people of the Quran will be placed on a high pulpit. They will be raised before the other people. And everybody will look up and they will see who are these people that have been raised on this high pulpit. And it will be said to them, it is the people of the Quran. So if you aim to be from them in this world, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will at least resurrect you with them. One thing is to be from them. That's the greatest privilege and the greatest honor. But the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he said, Al-mar'u ma'a man ahabba. If you loved them, if you honored them, if you respected them, if you held them in high esteem, if you made dua for them, then at least you'll be resurrected with them. And when we say you're going to be resurrected with the people of the Quran, this is milladun Nabiyyina Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. This is from our Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam and the noble companions, because they are the frontliners and in the first row of the people who are classified as Ahlul Quran. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us from amongst them. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless you all for your patience. Everything that I have mentioned so far is nothing that I prepared. I really didn't want to say anything, share anything from myself. And the Sheikh's lecture, inshallah ta'ala, will be coming shortly. All of this, inshallah ta'ala, was just to keep you patient, inshallah. So give us another 5 to 10 minutes, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. Have a break right now. And then we will commence with our Shaykh, Hafidhahullah, Tabaraka wa ta'ala, Jazakumullah khairan, Subhanakallahumma bihamdik, Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.
Jazakallah khair, Shaykh. I think everyone, if you want to just take a break for the next 5 minutes, and then you can stay in the call, but maybe you can just just take a break until maybe 7:05, inshallah. Does that sound okay, Ustadh Jamal?
Perfect. Jazakumullah khair. That's what I'll do, inshallah.
Okay.
Shukran.
أخي زين حنقول على الوضع راسكم كذا إن شاء الله. حنقول على يوتيوب يا مستوى فيسبوك محاولة هذيك الشانل كيف
And if anyone has any questions, please log on to Slido. Just search it into Google. And this is our code 87269. And inshallah, any questions you have, just put it into there.
جيت هنا من المركز هذا قبل كده؟
لا لا، مع اني اخذت رقم عثمان بأنقرة سبحان الله.
السلام عليكم.
السلام عليكم. Alhamdulillah. Yes, you guys are here, alhamdulillah. So, Assalamu alaikum, ya Sheikh. How are you?
عليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. مرحبا بكم، أهلا وسهلا.
Alhamdulillah. So let me just start off with beginning this event. So this event will be on the importance of the Quran. The Quran is the word of Allah, and as Muslims, its teaching are pivotal in understanding Islam. UCL ISOC is blessed immensely to be able to host Ustadh Jamal, Abdul and his world-renowned teacher, Sheikh Abdul Rashid Ali Sufi. Today's event will delve further into the importance of the Quran and how to improve our relationship with it. Stick around for the end of this talk, because inshallah we're going to have an announcement for you to aid you in this. To introduce our speakers today, Sheikh Jamal, Ustadh Jamal was born and raised in the UK, the country in which he had also completed the memorization of the Quran by the age of 13. Ustadh Jamal began studying under the tutelage of Sheikh Abdul Rashid Ali Sufi in 2010 and continues to study with him today. He currently holds an ijaza in the 10 minor qira'at from the Sheikh. The Ustadh has also studied under Sheikh Shu'aib, Dean of Imam Jazari Institute, with whom he also continues to study. The Sheikh Abdul Rashid Ali Sufi finished memorizing the Quran at the age of 10 and then started learning the qira'at and fiqh from his father. Pardon?
عبد الرشيد is very weak مسكين، ليس بشيء، ليس له تاريخ. استغفر الله. جزاك الله خير. Continue. تفضل.
The Sheikh went to Egypt in 1981, where he enrolled in the Quran Recitations Institute, and he also has earned many certificates in the 10 qira'at. I think, inshallah, we'll start today's event. And so, Ustadh Jamal, do you want to start us off?
You want the Sheikh to recite from Surah, right?
Yes, we have the slides here for you.
أبدأ يعني؟ لا. هاي الرواية ما عندهمش مشكلة. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. تنزيل الكتاب من الله العزيز الحكيم. إنا أنزلنا إليك الكتاب بالحق فاعبد الله مخلصا له الدين. ألا لله الدين الخالص والذين اتخذوا من دونه أولياء ما نعبدهم إلا ليقربونا إلى الله زلفى إن الله يحكم بينهم فيما هم فيه يختلفون إن الله لا يهدي من هو كاذب كفار. لو أراد الله أن يتخذ ولدا لاصطفى مما يخلق ما يشاء سبحانه هو الله الواحد القهار. خلق السماوات والأرض بالحق يكور الليل على النهار ويكور النهار على الليل وسخر الشمس والقمر كل يجري لأجل مسمى ألا هو العزيز الغفار. خلقكم من نفس واحدة ثم جعل منها زوجها وأنزل وأنزل لكم من الأنعام 8 أزواج يخلقكم في بطون أمهاتكم خلقا من بعد خلق في ظلمات 3 ذلكم الله ربكم له الملك لا إله إلا هو فأنى تصرفون إن تكفروا فإن الله غني عنكم ولا يرضى لعباده الكفر وإن تشكروا يرضه لكم ولا تزر وازرة وزر أخرى ثم إلى ربكم مرجعكم فينبئكم بما كنتم تعملون إنه عليم بذات الصدور وإذا مس الإنسان ضر دعا ربه منيبا إليه ثم إذا خوله نعمة منه نسي ما كان يدعو إليه من قبل وجعل لله أندادا ليضل عن سبيله قل تمتع بكفرك قليلا إنك من أصحاب النار أمن هو قانت آلاء الليل ساجدا وقائما يحذر الآخرة ويرجو رحمة ربه قل هل يستوي الذين يعلمون والذين لا يعلمون إنما يتذكر أولو الألباب قل يا عبادي الذين آمنوا اتقوا ربكم للذين أحسنوا في هذه الدنيا حسنة وأرض الله واسعة إنما يوفى الصابرون أجرهم بغير حساب قل إني أمرت أن أعبد الله مخلصا له الدين وأمرت لأن أكون أول المسلمين قل إني أخاف إن عصيت ربي عذاب يوم عظيم قل الله أعبد مخلصا له ديني فاعبدوا ما شئتم من دونه قل إن الخاسرين الذين خسروا أنفسهم وأهليهم يوم القيامة ألا ذلك هو الخسران المبين لهم من فوقهم ظلل من النار ومن تحتهم ظلل ذلك يخوف الله به عباده يا عباد فاتقون والذين اجتنبوا الطاغوت أن يعبدوها وأنابوا إلى الله لهم البشرى فبشر عباد الذين يستمعون القول فيتبعون أحسنه أولئك الذين هداهم الله وأولئك هم أولو الألباب صدق الله العظيم
Jazakallah khair, Sheikh, for that recitation.
We begin, inshallah, shall we?
Yes, inshallah. You can begin.
كلمة بالعربي ولا ايش؟ ها؟ نتكلم عربي ولا نتكلم صومالي؟ ولا نتكلم انجليزي؟
في العربي.
الحمد لله اللهم صل على نبينا محمد وآله وصحابته أجمعين وبعد. في فضل القرآن وأهميته طيب، الحمد لله الذي جعل القرآن أعظم نعمة وأكبر منه، والذي أنزل القرآن على قلب خير الأمة سيدنا وحبيبنا ونبينا محمد صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وأصحابه وبارك وسلم تسليما كثيرا. أيها الإخوة الكرام، ترجمة إن شاء الله. The Sheikh began by praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and sending salutations upon the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and he praised Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the one who has sent down the Quran as أعظم نعمة, the greatest blessing. لأهمية القرآن أقرأ لكم أبياتا للإمام ولي الله القاسم بن خيره الشاطبي رحمه الله في فضل القرآن. The Sheikh, he said he is going to now recite upon you all lines of poetry by Al-Imam al-Shatibi rahimahullah ta'ala, which speak about the virtues of the Quran. قال الإمام الشاطبي رحمه الله: وإن كتاب الله أوثق شافع وأغنى غناء واهبا متفضلا وخير جليس لا يمل حديثه وترداده يزداد فيه تجملا وحيث الفتى يرتاع في ظلماته من القبر يلقاه سنا متهللا هنالك يهنيه مقيلا وروضة ومن أجله في ذروة العز يبتلى يناشد في إرضائه لحبيبه وأجدر به سؤلا إليه موصلا فيا أيها القاري به متمسكا مجلا له في كل حال مبجلا هنيئا مريئا والداك عليهما ملابس أنوال من التاج والحلا فما ظنكم بالندى عند جزائه أولئك أهل الله والصفوة الملا أولو البر والإحسان والصبر والتقى إلىهم بها جاء القرآن مفصلا عليك بها ما عشت فيها منافسا وبع نفسك الدنيا بأنفاسها العلا جزى الله بالخيرات عنا أئمة لنا نقلوا القرآن عذبا وسلسلا. حقيقة مهما أوتي إنسان من فصاحة وبلاغة فلا يستطيع أن يعبر عن أهمية القرآن وفضله وثماره في الدنيا والآخرة مثل الإمام الشاطبي المتوفى سنة 590 للهجرة رحمه الله. In reality, it will be very difficult for one to discuss the virtues, the blessings, and the fruits of the Quran. And for one to speak about these matters is something very, very difficult. But the Sheikh, he said that we find Al-Imam al-Shatibi rahimahullah, who passed away in the year 595 after Hijrah, may Allah have mercy upon him, to have done an amazing job when speaking about the virtues, the fruits, and the blessings of the Quran. وإن كتاب الله يقول الإمام الشافعي وإن كتاب الله أوثق الشافعين. يعني هناك في الآخرة شفعاء كثيرون، الأنبياء، الصديقين، الأولياء، الصالحين، كل هؤلاء أوثق شافع هو القرآن. The Sheikh said that on the day of judgment there will be many intercessors. The prophets of Allah, they will intercede, and the awliya, the friends of Allah, they will intercede, and the salihin, the righteous people, they will intercede. But the intercessor that will intercede for the people that is trusted the most, it is the Quran. لأن القرآن شافع مشفع. يشفع لصاحبه يوم القيامة. في الحديث الصحيح الذي أخرجه الإمام مسلم رحمه الله قال يؤتى بالقرآن وأهله الذين كانوا الحديث الذي أخرجه الإمام مسلم يقول اقرأوا القرآن فإنه يأتي يوم القيامة شفيعا لأصحابه. And the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he said in the hadith that Imam Muslim narrated in the Sahih that recite the Quran, read the Quran, for indeed the Quran will come on the day of judgment as an intercessor for its companion. وإن كتاب الله أوثق شافع وأغنى غناء وواهبا متفضلا يقصد به أن الإنسان يغتني، قد يغتني بالمال، قد يغتني بالثروة، قد يغتني بالشباب، قد يغتني بالصحة إلى آخره، ولكن أغنى غناء يغتني به الإنسان هو القرآن إن آتاه الله تعالى. Then the Imam rahimahullah ta'ala, he spoke about the various ways that one can become wealthy. And the Shaykh, he said there are different types of wealth. There is the wealth of money, there is the wealth of youth, there is different types of wealth. But the greatest type of wealth is the wealth of the Quran. If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala he grants it to you, then this is the greatest type of wealth. طيب. من ثماره في الدنيا قال الشيخ الإمام الشافعي وخير جليس لا يمل حديثه وترداده يزداد فيه تجملا. الإنسان بطبيعته مستأنس لا يحب الوحشة، لا يحب أن يكون لوحده، فخير من تؤانسه وتجالسه هو القرآن. The Shaykh said that the individual he hates and he dislikes to be alone. He doesn't wish to be lonely or by himself. But the greatest type of companion that can keep you company is the Kitab of Allah Azza wa Jalla. خير جليس لا يمل حديثه. يعني كل شخص طال معك وأطلت معه الجلوس تمله ويملك إلا القرآن فإنك لن تمله أبدا. Every single companion that you sit down with, you will become bored of them and they will become bored of you. You will become bored of each other except for the Quran. You will never ever become bored of spending time and sitting down with the Quran. قال الشيخ وترداده يزداد فيه تجملا. هذه جملة عظيمة. The Shaykh, he said that Imam al-Shafi'i said the continuous repetition of the Quran to read it again and again and again, this increases in the Qari's beauty. And then the Shaykh, he said this is a great statement of Imam al-Shafi'i. ما هي أهمية هذه الجملة؟ الإنسان أي شيء يكثر منه يأتي فيه الملل. يعني أي شيء، أنت مثلا اشتريت موبايل جديد، طيب لو أنت داومت عليه فترة تمله وتريد واحد ثاني، سيارة تمله، أي شيء تمله. لكن القرآن كلما أكثرت فيه كلما ازددت فيه تجملا. The Shaykh explained this and he said, why is this a beautiful statement of the Imam? He said that anything that comes in your possession, if you use it and you utilize it and you spend a lot of time with it continuously, then you will become bored. And the Shaykh gave an example with the mobile. He said if you buy a new phone and you have it for a little while, then you are going to become bored and you are going to desire another one. He is saying that this is the only thing that will come into your possession, i.e. the Quran, that if you continuously read it and you spend time with it, then you will never ever become bored and it will only increase in beauty. من ثمار القرآن في الدنيا انشراح الصدر ونور القلوب. صاحب القرآن ينشرح صدره، صاحب القرآن يتنور قلبه. الذي يصاحب القرآن يكون أمره كله سهل ميسور. The Shaykh said from the fruits of the Quran also is that the companion of the Quran, his chest will expand and he will receive tranquility, and also his heart will be enlightened, and everything about him will be a form of goodness. أما ثمار الآخرة فتبدأ من القبر. إنسان عندما يقبر ويدخل في القبر هنا تبدأ معه ثمار القرآن. إن كان من أهل القرآن. Now the Shaykh, he moved on to the afterlife and the akhirah. And he said that the individual, if he was truly from the people of the Quran, then from this point onwards, he is now going to truly receive the fruits of the Quran. قال الإمام الشاطبي: حيث الفتى يرتاع في ظلماته من القبر يلقاه سنا متهللا. ما المقصود منه؟ يعني الإنسان عندما يقبر ويتركه حبيبه وقريبه وأقرب الناس له ويترك في تلك الحفرة المظلمة، الله يعيد إليه روحه، فإذا عادت روحه إليه فإنه يرتاع ويخاف من هذه الظلمة الشديدة. فماذا يحدث؟ يلقاه القرآن، صاحب القرآن يلقاه القرآن، يلقاه سنا ضياء متهللا يضيء له قبره ويفسح له مدخله ويجعل له روضة من رياض الجنة. نعم. The Shaykh, he said the first station post-death that the individual will go through is the grave. And when the individual is placed in the grave and it is dark and he is all alone and every single person has left him after he has been buried in his grave, then the soul will return back into his body. And when the soul is returned back into his body, he is going to be fearful and scared. Because now he's all alone and he is in the grave and it is dark. And then the Quran will meet him in the grave. And the Quran will come in the form of a light. And the Quran will then enlighten his whole grave and make it from the gardens of paradise. And this person is going to feel in a state of composure and tranquility. He's going to feel safe and happy. He's going to feel in a state of contentment. يا إخواني، أمور الآخرة تختلف عن أمور الدنيا. يعني الله سبحانه وتعالى يجعل للقرآن يوم القيامة جرما يرعى. هذا هو القرآن، يمشي معه سورة البقرة وآل عمران، تخدمه سورة البقرة وآل عمران. فصاحب القرآن عندما يدخل في القبر يأتيه القرآن يراه بنفسه، هذا هو القرآن، فيضيء له المكان ويهنئه، يأتيه هنالك يهنيه مقيلا وروضة، ومن أجله في ذروة العز ابتلى. هناك يهنئه بالروضة، يقول له هنيئا لك من روضة من رياض الجنة، وهنيئا لك من مقيل تقيل فيه قيلولة طيبة إلى أن تقوم الساعة. هنيئا congratulations. يحتاج إلى congratulations.
The Shaykh mentioned that the Quran will visit the companion in his grave, and the Quran will tell him to remain in his grave in a state of relaxation and composure, like I mentioned previously, and will remain there until the day of judgment is established, and you have nothing to be worried about whatsoever. And the Quran is going to give you glad tidings, and it's going to congratulate you for being a companion of the Quran. And the Quran is going to make a person feel that happy once he's even left this world. And the Shaykh said how the affairs of the Akhirah and the affairs of the afterlife really are truly different from the affairs of this world.
يعني القرآن يوم القيامة يخذه جرد يمشي.
And the person, the individual will see on the day of judgment the Quran right in front of him. He will see the Quran before him, and he will see that this is the Quran that he worked for, and this is the Quran that he lived by.
قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم: يؤتى بالقرآن وأهله تقدمه سورة البقرة وآل عمران كهاتان في رواية كأنهما غيايتان كأنهما سحابتان. يعني الناس كلهم يرون هذا القرآن، أما تقدمه البقرة وآل عمران كأنهما سحابتان كباران نضيرتان نوران كبيران.
The Shaykh said the companion of the Quran will see the Quran before him on the day of judgment, like the Prophet mentioned. He said that the Quran will be brought forth, and the people of the Quran who applied the Quran will be brought forth. And he said that the Quran will be made to see the companion of the Quran right before him. And the other riwayah mentions that like two big clouds, Surah Al-Baqarah and Ali Imran, will come and they will argue on behalf of their companion.
طيب، هذا فيما يتعلق بالشخص نفسه. أما ما يتعلق بأقاربه بدءا بوالديه فإن الله يكرم والدي حافظ القرآن غاية الإكرام This now, all of the things that have been mentioned so far is pertaining to the person of the Quran himself. The Shaykh said, now what about his relatives? Beginning with the two parents, what is the reward that Allah has prepared for them?
قال الإمام الشاطبي وهو يتمثل حديثا للنبي صلى الله عليه وسلم: هنيئا مريئا والداك عليهما ملابس أنوار من التاج والحلى. وهو حديث أن الله تعالى يكسي والدي حافظ القرآن تاجا على رأسهما أضوأ من نور الشمس في دنياه، وكذلك يؤتى له بحلة من الجنة. يعني والد حامل القرآن يوم القيامة لا يكونان عاريان كباقي الناس كلهم يبعثون يوم القيامة عراة لا ثياب لهم حفاة لا نعال لهم، لكن حامل القرآن يكرم الله والديه بأن يلبسهما لباسا من الجنة، لباس معمول من نور، ليس من قطن ولا من صوف، بل هو من نور يؤتى له من الجنة، وتاج أيضا من الجنة. فوالد حافظ القرآن من ضمن من يخشوهم الله تعالى في عرصات يوم القيامة.
Sheikh mentioned that the two parents يوم القيامة, they will be summoned and they will be brought forth, and the people of the Quran, their parents and themselves, they will be given clothing that has come from Jannah. And the Sheikh mentioned that this clothing is made up of the light, and he said that this is different from this world, because the clothing of this world is made out of wool and is made out of cotton. But the clothing of the Akhirah and the afterlife that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has prepared for the parents of the person of the Quran, then the Shaykh, he said it is made out of the light. And not only are they going to be given clothing, but they are going to be given a crown on their head. And the hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam mentioned that it is brighter than the sun, and how the sun gives off light to the houses in this world, and that crown is more brighter than that. All of this has been prepared for the people of the Quran and their family and their parents.
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh. Ustadh, could you find any way to improve the audio of from your side?
Is it quiet or is it cutting up?
It's just a bit quiet.
نعم. وعلى كل حال نحن قد اقتربنا من النهاية أيها المشايخ الكرام. يعني خلاصة الموضوع أن الذي يحب الله لابد أن يحب كلامه. أنت تحب الله فلابد أن تحب كلامه. هل لله كلام؟ نعم لله كلام. ما كلام الله؟ هو القرآن. قال الله تعالى: فأجره حتى يسمعه كلام الله. في سورة الفتح: يريدون أن يبدلوا كلام الله. يعني الله تعالى تكلم بكلام، فكيف أنت لا تحب كلام الله الذي خلقك وأوجدك، وسعادتك في الدنيا والآخرة بيده؟ فلنحب كلام الله عز وجل ولنخلص فيه لله تعالى حتى يحبنا الله تعالى.
He said that we are coming to the end now, and he said that finally the Quran is the speech of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and it's not possible for a person to love Allah but not love the speech of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the Shaykh mentioned verses from the Quran as evidence to show that the Quran is the speech of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and that it is the kalam of Allah. And so he said that the individual who loves Allah, he loves the speech of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Let us all be sincere and truthful in our pursuit of the Quran. Let us be those who are loyal to the Quran and dedicated in our paths, and inshallah Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will bless us with it. And with that, the Shaykh finished his lecture and he concluded there.
بارك الله فيك، جزاكم الله خيرا. أرى أن الشيخ جمال قد اختصر الموضوع، ويعني سبقنا إلى ما كنا نريد أن نستأذنكم فيه، لأننا كنا طول اليوم في بعض المهمات الأخرى، فلذلك وأنتم أيضا تعبتم، فأسأل الله تعالى أن يجعل يعني لقاءكم واجتماعكم اجتماعا مباركا تنبعث فيه روح المحبة لكلام الله عز وجل والجد والاجتهاد إن شاء الله. آخر وصية كل مسلم من المسلمين في مشارق الأرض ومغاربها في في إزائي وأمام القرآن على 3 طبقات. من كان حافظا عليه أن يجعل لنفسه وردا يختمه في كل أسبوع أو 10 أيام أو أسبوعين، ومن كان متعلما فعليه أن يجتهد ولا يمل، ومن كان من عامة الناس لا يستطيع أن يتعلم أو كذا فعليه أن يكون له ورد ولو جزءا في اليوم يقرأ كلام الله. إن لم يستطع القراءة يستمع إليه، فوسائل النشر في هذا الزمن من التسجيلات منتشرة أكثر من أي وقت مضى. فلذلك وصيتي للإخوان والأخوات أن نتمسك بكلام الله وأن يكون لنا ورد في القرآن. ولا ينسى جمال إن شاء الله من أن يضرب لكم المثل الذي دائما أضربه: من نسي الفطور فلن ينسى الغداء، وإن نسي الغداء فلا يمكن أن ينسى العشاء. هذا قوت البدن، فقوت القلوب وهو القرآن أولى. كيف يمر بك يوم كامل يا عاصم وأنت لا تقرأ كلام الله؟ كيف يمر بك ليل ونهار وأنت لم تتصفح من المصحف صفحة واحدة؟ من يفعل هذا يعتبر مجافيا لكلام الله، يعتبر مهاجرا للقرآن. وقال الرسول: يا رب إن قومي اتخذوا هذا القرآن مهجورا. فلا نهجر القرآن، فلنقبل عليه قراءة وتدبرا ونتفهم معانيه إن شاء الله تعالى. وجزاكم الله خيرا، والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
The Sheikh concluded his reminder by advising you all to cling onto the Quran and to hold firmly onto it. And he said there should be no Muslim on the face of this earth except that he has a relationship with the Quran. And he said that the people are of different categories. And the Sheikh mentioned that for all of the categories, they should be reading the Quran at least on a daily basis. And the Sheikh gave an example and a parable that he always gives and he always strikes. And he said if an individual, he wakes up in the morning and he forgets to have his breakfast, is he going to forget to eat later on for lunch or dinner? He's not going to forget because his stomach will remind him, because he's going to feel hungry. And he said the same thing is for the soul, the qalb, and the ruh. He said that the individual is going to have to read the Quran, and if he doesn't do it in the morning, then he has to do it by the afternoon. The main thing is that day does not end except that he has recited something from the Quran. And the Sheikh said this is extremely, extremely important. And this is vital, not only for those who are trying to learn it and make an effort with it, i.e. the Quran, but for every single Muslim, even from the general mass. And the Sheikh finally he concluded by making dua, and he said that if we all remain steadfast and sincere and truthful, like he mentioned previously as well, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give it to us, maybe give it to you all, and then we will feel it to speak. Barakallahu feek wa barakallahu feek. Jazakumullah khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Is that all?
Jazakumullah khairan. We have just a few questions. If you have the time, inshallah.
Inshallah, if we can.
Short. This is very short. So one of the first questions we have is: do you have any advice for someone who is memorized the Quran or is memorizing the Quran, but he is struggling with low iman?
وهو حافظ يعني هو حافظ. نعم. الحافظ والذي يحفظ. نعم هذا لا شك فيه. يعني شوف، الذي يحفظ القرآن لفظا ولا يحفظه تدبرا بمعانيه أو عملا به، فهذا يخاف أن الحجة تزيد عليه. شخصان، واحد منهما يحفظ هذه الآية: قل للمؤمنين يغضوا من أبصارهم ويحفظوا فروجهم ذلك أزكى لهم إن الله خبير بما يصنعون. يحفظها بالتجويد وربما بالإتقان والقراءات، ولكن إن ذهب وخرج من البيت ومشى في الشارع لم يغض بصره، بل نظر إلى النساء لم يكف بصره. هذا الشخص يعني لا يزداد إلا بعدا، ولن تزداد هذه الآية إلا حجة عليه. بينما يوجد شخص عامي من الأمة لا يحفظ هذه الآية، ولكنه يعلم أن الله حرم النظر إلى المرأة الأجنبية فيغض بصره حتى وإن لم يكن يحفظ الآية، فهذا قريب من الله تبارك وتعالى. لذلك لا بد أن نعلم أن أهمية حفظ الكتاب هو العمل به. وهنا ندعو الله عز وجل دائما بأن يجمع لنا ثلاث خصال. أولا حسن التلاوة على لساننا ألسنتنا. ثانيا فقهه وفهمه وحفظه في أفئدتنا. ثالثا العمل به على جوارحنا، العين والأذن واللسان واليدين والرجلين والبطن والفرج، كله يعمل بمقتضى كلام الله. فإن جعل الله لك بين هذه الخصال الثلاث فأنت من السعداء وأنت من أهل القرآن. أما إن نقص شيء منها فهناك نقص. ولكن أعظم النواقص المهلكة من ترك العمل بكتاب الله. أسأل الله أن يجعلنا وإياكم منها. After the question that was asked, the Sheikh, he said that it's very possible for a person who is not in the Quran to suffer from low iman. And he said people are of two categories. There are people who memorize the Quran and they are able to recite it well with itqan and mastery and perhaps even with its different modes of recitation. This is a group of people. And then you have another group of people who have that, but in addition to that, they are those who understand the Quran and implement the Quran, and they are those who contemplate and reflect over the Quran. So there are two different categories of people. What happens when a verse of the Quran is now applied by these two categories of people? As for the first category of people, the Shaykh read an ayah from Surah An-Nur, and he said that they would read in a beautiful way and they would read with the mastery and the itqan. But that is it. They don't know anything more than that. As for the second group, then they are able to do that, but along with that, they understand the Quran. And the ayah the Shaykh read is the ayah that commands us all to lower our gaze from that which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has forbidden from us. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said this is more pure and this is closer to having taqwa. So the Shaykh, he said that the individual who understands the Quran, he is going to not suffer from low iman because he's going to concentrate over it, because he's going to understand it, because he's going to act by it. And when this happens, he's going to be a person of contentment and happiness. So he said, this is the way forward. Then finally, he said, he always makes dua, Allah grants us three things. And he combines for us three things. The Shaykh said, a sound recitation on the tongue. He said, the understanding, the memorization, and the fiqh of the heart when it comes to the Quran. And then acting by the Quran when it comes to the limbs and the body. So the eyes, the ears, the hands, the feet, the stomach, everything about you, you must implement the Quran. If you do this in your iman, right? Okay. So the Shaykh said even the person's chastity, he protects it by the Quran.
Do you have a time for our last question of the night, inshallah?
No problem.
Jazakumullah khair. So our last question is, so what advice can be given regarding maintaining the best of sincerity while seeking the Quran, and how to also get back up when we slip up in our routine or we fail to achieve our targets when it comes to memorizing the Quran?
نصيحة إيش؟ إذا كسول ماذا؟ وعلى كل حال يعني النصيحة إن شاء الله نصيحة رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم لأهل القرآن أن يتعاهدوا يقرأوه دائما. تعاهدوا هذا القرآن فهو الذي نفس محمد بيده له أشد تفلتا من الإبل في عقولها. أما من أصابه الضعف في الإيمان مع حفظه للقرآن أو تكاسل عن القرآن فعليه أن يلجأ إلى الله بالدعاء والتضرع والتصدق
ويصدق وكذا ويتضرع إلى الله ويسأل الله تعالى أن يمن عليه بنعمة القرآن المعمول به إنه ولي ذلك والقادر عليه إن شاء الله. The Sheikh, he finished that question off by saying that I advise you all finally that I advise you where he said that we read the Quran and read it regularly, continuously. And the Prophet ﷺ, he encourages us to do this because this is what allows a person to remain sincere. And that was the question that was asked. How does one remain sincere? And how does one remain on top of the schedule? And the Sheikh, he also mentioned that this is something very natural and it can happen to a person. So ensure that you ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to keep you first. It's very important that you make dua. You ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to go on to sabat and firmness, and with that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will eventually give it to you, and you can conclude then Allah ta'ala for this reminder in this program. Barakallahu feekum. Thank you for hosting us, and we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make the rest of the program beneficial for you. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept it from our Shaykh as well, and accept it from you all. Barakallahu feekum. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam. Jazakumullah khairan for giving today's beautiful talk. You've given us much to think about, and you've today's event, we've stressed the importance of the Quran and how it would intercede for us on the Day of Judgment. And near the end, you mentioned how it's also important to understand the Quran, to do tadabbur, to ponder upon it, and to also act upon it as well. And so, Jazakumullah khairan for this reminder. For everyone else, please stick around because we have an announcement for how we can work towards some of those things. But for now, Assalamu alaikum, Ustadh Jamal and Sheikh Abdul, Rashid. Okay, so now inshallah we will have Brother Hisham who will go through the long-awaited announcement that we've been teasing, and so inshallah Hisham can go through it now.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Can everyone hear me, just to double check?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, perfect. So we're really excited to announce the Quran program. 1 second. Yeah, there is. So at UCL, we're hosting a UCL Quran body scheme, and we're really excited to announce this program. A lot of work has been put behind the scenes to create this exciting program. So what does it involve? So this program involves a mentor being matched with a student. This scheme will provide accountability and will aid you with your journey with the Quran. A lot of people wish to have this opportunity, and people would actually pay for this sort of accountability. So you'll be supported through this program, and it will be tailored to your needs and goals. So the categories that you can focus on include recitation, tajweed, and hifz for those that want to memorize as well. So there'll also be a system in place to track your progress and attendance, all of which will be of immense value, and that will all support you with your journey with the Quran, inshallah. So just to know that due to a limited number of mentors, the spaces will be allocated on a first come, first served basis. So the link will be released to the UCL group chats straight after this event. So I strongly advise those that are interested to register as soon as possible, as these places will be allocated on a first come, first served basis. Now, what are the requirements, or what is required of the mentee or the mentor? So you're required as a mentor or a student to attend one session every week. So each session will be 20 to 30 minutes long, and it will be online, or it could be through a phone call. So that's decided between you and the mentor. As a student, you're also required to know how to read the Arabic letters and words. I'd like to reiterate that this is not an Arabic course, but rather a Quran program. So you are required to know how to read the Arabic letters and words. To be a mentor, you don't have to be a hafid of the Quran or a sheikh, or you don't have to be that. You just need to be able to read correctly and comfortably with tajweed. So you don't have to be a sheikh. So that's to clarify that part. So there are so many virtues and benefits associated with reading the Quran. So I have here some hadith that you guys can have a read through. I'll just go through some of them. The Prophet ﷺ said, whoever recites a letter from the book of Allah, he will be credited with a good deed, and a good deed gets a 10-fold reward. I do not say that alif lam mim is one letter, but alif is a letter, lam is a letter, and mim is a letter. So this hadith is showing you the benefits of and the rewards associated with reciting the Quran. You'll be rewarded for every single letter that you recite. So the Quran will also be with you on the day of judgment as an intercessor. And the last hadith also shows that those you won't only be rewarded for every single letter that you recite, but for those that find it difficult to recite, they will have 2 rewards because they struggled to recite the Quran. So as part of a student, you can also choose to focus on hifz, which is the memorization of the Quran. Now, there are so many benefits and virtues associated with memorizing the Quran. In the Quran, Allah says, and we have certainly made the Quran easy for remembrance. So is there any who will remember? It will also be said to the companion of the Quran, read and elevate through the levels of the paradise, and beautify your voice as you used to do when you were in the dunya, for verily your position in the paradise will be at the last verse you recite. So those are the benefits associated with choosing to be part of this program, whether it's reciting Quran or memorizing the Quran. Now, as a mentor, we need more mentors to come forward, because this program relies on there being mentors. And as you are aware, we have a limited number of spaces available. So the more mentors we have, the more students we'd be able to accommodate. So the Messenger of Allah ﷺ said, the best among you Muslims are those who learn the Quran and teach it. And the Prophet ﷺ said, the most beloved deed to Allah is the most regular and constant, even if it were little. So these small and consistent actions that you do every week, even if it's only 20 minutes, by you doing that on a weekly basis, these actions, the most regular and consistent ones are the ones that are the most beloved to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So these are some of the benefits associated. So we strongly recommend mentees and mentors to come forward. Now, regarding the success stories, so the Quran Study Scheme was implemented not only at UCL but also at different universities. So some of the success stories involves a brother who memorized Surah Al-Baqarah during his time in the Quran Body Scheme. So that's a huge achievement. So Surah Al-Baqarah, as you guys are aware, is the longest surah in the Quran. Another brother started his journey in the Quran Body Scheme in the first year, and by the end became a hafiz. So he then went on to pursue all 10 modes of recitation and currently teaches at Imam Jazari Institute. So this shows you how much there is to learn through this Quran Body Scheme. And this could be, the success stories could be you one day. So that's that. And so I was just wondering if there's any other questions, but I know we're tight on time. So I'll let Usman decide on that. But other related events that we have at UCL for Quran include the Quranic reflections and evening with the Quran, and we also have a Quran Khatam group which will be launching soon. So all of these details will be released on the UCL group chat. If you are in a different university and would like to implement this sort of Quran Body Scheme, in your university, then please get in touch with us through our UCL Facebook page, and we'll see how we can help, inshallah. But other than that, does anyone have any other questions? So regarding the actual link, we'll be sending out links to the UCL group chats, and we welcome the brothers and sisters to apply and register. And as mentioned previously, the spaces will be allocated on a first come, first served basis. Does anyone have any other questions? So someone asked, when will the program begin? Okay, so the program will be launched today. We'll be sending out the registration form. It is very quick. We just need to know what level. So in the form, we'll ask you what level you're currently working at, based on recitation and tajweed. And thereafter, we'll begin as soon as you're matched with a mentor. So a brother asked, is this only for UCL students only? Okay, so this scheme, this program is for UCL students, but we can look into considering other students, but I'll have to confirm that. I'll have to confirm that first.
I have a question. So for the people who may be good at reciting the Quran, but they feel that they're not comfortable teaching it, I mean, what advice, like what kind of level will you be looking for in terms of for your mentors? Because I think a lot of people would feel unworthy to kind of teach other students, especially their peers.
Yeah. So it won't. So the people that are mentors. So the way it works is the mentors. So all the individuals that apply, they'll be filtered out through as either a beginner or intermediate or advanced. So as a mentor, you'd be able to teach the beginner students if you are an intermediate, if your level is intermediate. So what do I mean by intermediate? So each of these levels are broken down and are given in the form. So an intermediate level would be someone that can recite the Quran with normal pace, with very little difficulty, and can also recite it with tajweed. So that would be considered an intermediate level. So a beginner level, those won't be suitable to be a mentor. So as a beginner level, for example, you would struggle to read the Quran with a normal pace, and you would need extra time to kind of read through. So those won't be suitable to be a mentor. We want someone that's comfortable with reading the Quran and can read it with tajweed. That's, yeah. So also I'd also like to mention that we also have a head mentor who's advanced in terms of Quran, and he will also be verifying mentors to ensure that they are at a level where they'd be able to teach. And they'll also be supporting the mentors as well. So also we'll be providing resources with regards to tajweed and other things. So there will be support, and if any questions that you have, you can always raise it, and the head mentor and the program lead for the Quran Body Scheme will always be happy to assist you and support you. Yeah. So in the beginning, you may not feel comfortable with being a mentor because it's something new to you, but if you're capable of doing so, there's massive rewards available for it in terms of good deeds, and it will be of a huge benefit because we need more mentors.
I think we'll wrap up soon. I think the final question we have is how long will the program last? This was submitted in the chat.
Yeah. So the program will run on a weekly basis. So you'll start as soon as you complete the registration. We will assign you to a mentor, and thereafter it'll go on a weekly basis, and we're looking for it to run throughout the academic year. We may end up taking or stopping it just before the exams, or Ramadan. So around that time. But it's still to be confirmed regarding, yeah.
Jazakallah khair, Hisham. So just to reiterate, this is a program for brothers and sisters, those who want to be mentors or mentees. So please feel free to kind of apply on the form, and inshallah we can develop in our relationship in the Quran through this kind of scheme. As we have stressed today in the talk, you know, having a relationship with the Quran is very important. And so, inshallah, through this, we can get closer. Okay. Let's. Okay. Subhanak Allahumma wa bihamdik. أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.